student, today we are going to learn our second chapter. The chapter name is Computer Memory, the Storage Devices. This is our part first. So, in your previous chapter, we learn about the input-output devices and which helps the computer to get the data and instruction from the user and to proceed the information in the soft or hard form. But the data and instruction when entered, where do they get stored in computer and how the proceed information reaches to the output devices. So today we are going to learn about the one more feature is a storage in computer system. So among the major advantage of computer system, its huge data storage capacity make it a unique machine. So the computer being an electronic device stored and process everything in the form of electronic pulses. So before we start with the storage device, let us learn how the data is represented in a computer system. So let's start. Data representation in computer. So the computer understands the language of electricity, which can be either in switch on or switch off mode. The switch on mode in the computer is represented as a 1 and while switch off with the 0. So that's why the information in the computer memory is stored in the form of 0 and 1 called as an binary digit or bits. Means to represent the user data in computer, bits are combined together and to form the characters. And the combination of 8 bits makes a byte. And the single byte is used to represent one character of data. So the 1 bit equals to 0 and 1, 1 nibble equals to 4 bit and the 1 byte equals to 8 bit means it's represented as a 1 character. So the computer data is represented in bits and bytes. So the next is a word is a fixed size group of bits and that are handled together by the machine while processing. The word may be of 8, 16, 32 or the 48 bits or more. The higher unit like kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte and the petabyte etc. they are being used to measure. So there are the various memory units used to measure the large amount of data. So this is the table. The memory units. First 1 bit equals to 0 and 1. The 1 nibble equals to 4 bit. The 1 byte equals to 8 bit. The 1 kilobyte equals to 1024 bytes. The 1 megabyte equals to 1024 kilobyte. The 1 gigabyte equals to 1024 megabyte. The 1 terabyte equals to 1024 gigabyte. The 1 petabyte equals to 1024 terabyte. The 1 hexabyte equals to 1024 petabyte. The 1 zettabyte equals to 1024 hexabyte. And the 1 petabyte equals to 1024 zettabyte. So these all memory measurement unit used to measure the large amount of data. So the next is type of computer memory. So the computer has a very large memory to store the information permanently from the letter used. So this memory is called as an external memory or the secondary memory of the computer. But the memory is always accessed through primary or internal memory. So there are the two types of computer memory. First is primary memory and we also call as an internal memory. And the second is secondary memory, we also call as an external memory. So let's start. So this is the chart of computer memory. So the computer memory, there are the two types of memory. First is primary memory and the second is secondary memory. In the primary memory, there are the two types of memory is used, RAM and ROM, the random access memory and read-only memory. And in the secondary memory, they use the multiple types of storage devices, hard disks, CD, DVD, flash drive, Blu-ray disc and the memory sticks. So let's start. First is primary memory. So the primary memory is also known as an internal memory and we also called as a main memory of the computer. The primary memory is stored the data in the form of bits. So the CPU can directly read from and write on this memory. So the primary memory has two types of memory. We already see in the chart, RAM and ROM, the random access memory and the read-only memory. The first is RAM, the random access memory. This is a temporary memory and we also called as an volatile memory because the information stored in it lost as soon as we switch off the power supply. That's why it is also called as an volatile memory. And it also known as an read and write memory. The information can be written into and read from the RAM. So this is the image of RAM. So this memory is used to store the user data and instruction along with the result and produced by the system. So the next is ROM, read only memory. This is the permanent electronic memory and we also called as a non-volatile memory because it holds those instructions even after the power supply is switched off. This instruction cannot be overwritten but can be read by the system only. That's why it's called as a non-volatile memory. And this memory can only be used to read from it but you cannot be write anything in it. So this is the ROM. It used to start up the instruction from the computer are stored permanently in the form of binary digit. So
thank you student watching this video very carefully. If you like my video, so subscribe my channel and press the bell icon means my new uploaded video gives a notification to you. Thank you all dear student.